the notion of sitting there trying to cancel people, to trying to project hate on someone that's not being hateful, that has to stop. That is like a dictatorship. And you know I'm not a fan of censoring language. Should you be saying it? Absolutely not. Because it is disrespectful to our ancestors, right? But if we, as the younger generation, the descendants are saying it, not only saying it, but popularizing it, then it's comes with the territory.
'Tis I, Thus Henry, the view is in your view once again, and this is the good cousin.
This time I wasn't surprised, because that was as consistent as the other ones of this day. So, it is Wiz Read Wise. Without further ado, let's get it started.
And you can say Ching Chang Chong. So, I can say that N-word. I can say the F-word to you because we are friends. Man, because I'm Asian, this is racist things, but if you are best friend, if you are my FGC friend, we can talk about this. We can say this. If you are black, I can say you N-word. Man, nigga, you sucks. And you can say me, oh motherfucker, Ching Chong Chong, you eat rice? You eat rice? You eat kimchi every day? And you can say me Ching Chang Chong. So I can say that N.
Want to play it again? Oh my god! Play it again. Here's chat.
Were you reading the chat?
Yeah, here's chat for me.
Okay. No, we don't have to play it again.
All right. So further context. What's happening is Infiltration is streaming on Twitch and he's playing a fighting game. The end result is he says this. He says the N-word. They banned him from Twitch. They banned him from the comic book terminal I was watching. He can't go there. And other measures. They banned him hardcore. He has also been banned for allegedly assaulting his wife. Right? But I've seen some stuff where they say it was proven untrue, and then some says it was proven somewhat true. Regardless, he's South Korean, and for the best of my understanding of this clip and the conversations about it, he's explaining trash talk in a video game.
Yeah.
So
it sounds like.
Yes. So he's not willy-nilly.
Right. It's not a random.
Yes.
In the midst of
and what
game,
makes it worse is he's
excitement.
learning English. And one of the biggest things that makes English, especially American English, as hard is because there's so many contexts that you have to know as a foreign speaker coming in. Yeah. So we show all of this to literally spark the conversation of should you, I'm going to say as a non-black person, be allowed to say the N-word. And then I'm going to say, should black people be saying the N-word?
Ooh, you want me to go first?
Yes, sir.
Should black people say it? No. Should anybody else say it? No. Main reason is because yes, black people have taken it and made it their own. I see the quotation marks. But honestly, I don't like taking something bad and trying to make it good, because then it's just like us sitting on, us just trying to make I can't say it better, making a bad thing good. Like, I don't have an example. None comes straight to my head.
F-word to refer to homosexual people.
Oh, the F8. Okay, got it. I'm thinking F-U-C-K. I'm like, huh? Okay, got it. So yes, that is a bigoted term, amongst others, you know. So yeah, I believe that we should pay attention to the language that we're using. And of course, there's so much weight behind the actual context necessary to be able to understand when to use what. Now, my man's here. Tremendous apology of how progressive you're trying to be. I love that. But sorry that it's at the wrong time in history. I still believe
the right time in history
to be able to say that you can say it.
Sure.
No. Is it on the way there as far as accepting it?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think it is, because look at no offense to it, but look at homosexuality, transgender conversation as far as, and matter of fact, let's not even go there. Let's just talk about sexuality, period, on television. Before you watch a Family Matters show or what's the Step by Step, you watch those shows and the commercials after were wholesome commercials. You didn't see booty. You didn't see cleavage. You didn't see people, gay men and gay women kissing on screen. You didn't see things like that. You didn't actually hear curse words in those commercials. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, you get all of those things. Matter of fact, sometimes all in one commercial.
Okay.
So therefore, I believe that there's a change. There's a difference, right?
You think they're going to be willy-nilly saying the word on TV?
I think that they're going to be more inclined to accepting people saying it.
But
like, look at the word movie. Right. And more so than before. How'd you get Django? How'd you get Django to go out? Right? Because they were depicting a time period, right? But I'm talking about as far as socially. Like, I'm not going to say it's going to be put on television. I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
I'm not going to say that. I don't think it's going to be put on television. Is it heard more from those that are not black a lot when they're being videotaped and recorded? Yes. So there are people that say it. Mm-hmm. And there are people that use it. And then even in this context, I get you. Mm-hmm. There's white folk that have been raised around nothing but black people. Mm-hmm. But at the same token, there's like a line. You're not supposed to say it. You're still not supposed to say it. But then there's those that are still spiteful and say it. And then it's like, well, is that wrong or is the other wrong? Which one is wrong? Like, are black people wrong for saying you can't say it, or is white people wrong for creating it in the first place? Like, where's this wrong? Where's the wrong? Because guess what? Perception is a mother. Okay? So therefore, context and that perception will help you figure it out. But at the same token, no, I really don't know. Let me take that back. It's not right. It's wrong.
So, my apologies. You finished?
Almost.
Okay.
All right, now I'm done.
Okay. So I'm going to say, yes, you should be able to say the N-word, given context.
Free speech?
No.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Given context.
Free speech ain't going to matter when you're getting your face stomped. So,
given context. Carry on.
So given context. No, you shouldn't be able to say it as black, dark-skinned person, black American, whatever the case may be, African, so on and so forth. You shouldn't be saying it. Why? Because this word evokes hate. This word has been institutionalized to suggest that. Right? Here's why yes. Why yes is because hip-hop is international. And it's a part of the culture that is expressed through hip-hop rap, hip-hop R&B. Mm-hmm. It's all that. And if these people are supporting these songs, mm-hmm. and it's a part of your lyrics, mm-hmm. by nature, they'll say it. Just like by nature, my grandfather say, "Hey, little nigga, move." And I grew up saying it.
The girl did that when, who was it, brought her on stage? I forgot what rap, but this happened like this year or last year. The girl came on stage, Caucasian girl, black rapper, came on stage, reciting his lyrics, and said the N-word.
Yes,
and the whole crowd went wild. Like,
I don't think she's at fault. If you buy Drake, mm-hmm. and Drake can say the N-word willy-nilly, mm-hmm. you by association for supporting Drake, you can say it in the context of that song. Song. Because I personally lived my life since, I don't know, reading Frederick Douglass, 19 maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Me learning more about my culture and the history, mm-hmm. I stopped saying it because it makes me flinch thinking about the memories associated with it, right?
That makes sense.
So if I'm not calling myself that, I'm going to flip off if you dare try to call me that.
I hear you.
Right? It's just how I hold myself. Uh-huh. Right? It's the same thing with if a woman never calls herself a B word, mm-hmm. by no means you going to call her that. Otherwise, you are intending to harm her and you are intending to immediately disrespect
Unless
her.
You use it in the context that she does.
If she never calls herself that, though, then
you don't say it.
Yeah, I don't.
Right.
I don't
That's what you're saying.
Right.
Right.
So, for me, when I saw this, I immediately think, okay, maybe he's bought an album, and it seemed from the context alone, he doesn't intend to harm anybody.
I'll trump you on that. Okay. Honestly, I think he's hearing it from the actual competition that he's in with.
Yes, that's
so he's learning that.
If you've sat in that environment, mm-hmm. especially like Infiltration plays Street Fighter. And, mm-hmm. and Guilty Gear, and these you get in those moments just like on the court. You in there
trash talking,
and if you his friend, he thinks it's okay.
Yeah,
his friends probably told him that,
and somebody probably called him the CHINK thing.
Yeah, he said something. You said offensive stuff to him in Korean, like they do that there too, right? And even in the even when you sit there, the homicide jump in Madden, and you turn up, you calling your man's that, trying to get on his nerves, especially if you know that it's not something he like.
But see, right, I'll find the thing that he don't like.
Right.
and I'll probably make fun of it, or I'll make fun of what he's doing horribly in the game.
Right.
Like
that don't mean, to me, it doesn't mean
though.
or suggest that you trying to lynch him from the tree. You trying to run up in his family house and ridicule him and doing none of those extreme stuff, which were happening to people as they were calling them this. Stories of Emmett Till. Like it is one of the things to me personally is projection. And this, I guess, this sort of kind of goes with the reality and the perspective, because what's really offensive to you may not be what the person actually intended. Right? It's the intent to harm. If like I don't know, because you're a musician as well, so I don't want to say in my experience, every time I've gone to a concert that involves hip hop music, it was predominantly non-black. There were more white folk. And this is on campuses, especially campuses in downtown. It was more white folk in there than black people, and there were Indians, and there were all types of folk.
Can I confess why?
Go ahead.
Usually they got the money to pay, because they usually got the money to pay for the large bill tickets. Like, I'm just saying, and especially the close seats, you know.
And this further cements it, right? They are supporting this. Kendrick going there. I saw a clip of Kendrick go.
It was Kendrick. It was Kendrick that the girl was on stage talking about. Go. Sorry. Kendrick Lamar. Shout out to Kendrick. New album is dope.
I haven't listened to it. I was listening to Push It.
It's a mature album. You gotta be on your P's and Q's.
But yeah, Kendrick had the thing where he go rah, rah, and the crowd went crazy, and they said, "Man down."
That's the song that she was singing.
I haven't seen that clip, but the point is, in the lyrics in themselves, you got a crowd full of predominantly non-black folk.
Yeah,
citing and vibing with you. They gonna say, "You telling me all of them should be canceled?" Why? Because they in the moment, they're supporting you, and they're not intending to harm you.
Where you from, my ninja?
Right? That she go down. I don't know Tampa like that. She go down a predominantly black neighborhood shouting that song. Kendrick ain't around. She in trouble. They don't know her.
Yeah.
They don't know her, right?
Especially if she ain't from that neighborhood. Tampa ain't no joke.
Flip the script again. You mentioned something about at a point in time we lived in a trailer park, and this trailer park was filled with black folk and a few white folk.
Okay.
Those white folk acted more like us than other white folks.
I've seen it. Right.
They dressed in our swagger. They supported it because they were part of the struggle too.
And they got a name for them too.
Wigger?
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. But they would say that word too. Why? Because it's a part of culture, and we befriended him, and that's what we were saying as young folks. The notion of sitting there trying to cancel people, to trying to project hate on someone that's not being hateful, that has to stop. That is like a dictatorship. And you know I'm not a fan of censoring language. Should you be saying it? Censorship? Absolutely not. Because it is disrespectful to our ancestors, right? But if we, as the younger generation, the descendants are saying it, not only saying it, but popularizing it, then it's comes with the territory. That's like setting the trash on fire and expecting it not to spread, to me.
Well, all I know, it's been weaponized to the point where black people are like, it's like we're keeping it as our trump card. And to make sure that we got something over them. We didn't get reparations. We got the N-word though. Which I still don't agree with. But anyway. Reparations, that's a whole nother conversation that
reparations is a whole nother funny.
Still don't believe in.
No, I'm not a fan of either. I don't know. We gotta at some point, I don't know if you've seen the latest season of Atlanta, there's a reparations episode. It's incredible.
Oh, we might have to take a clip.
We have to watch the whole episode.
Okay.
I gotta figure it out though.
We can't watch the whole episode, but we'll watch the episode and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we can
do that, and then we can do the clips that we want.
Yes, sir. It's incredible. It was infuriating, but it was incredible. I think it was like season 3, episode 6.
Is that the good infuriating that can you have some productivity after? Or?
I know people who be like, yeah, he's right for this. This is incredible. This is what it should be.
Okay.
And so it's crazy, but yeah, I think. It's tough. I think we don't know if this was like the overflame of, like I said, he had an assault case with his wife in South Korea, and that popped up and he was canceled for that. But Joe Rogan called heat for it, and we constantly see these people catching heat for saying these N-word, and to me, if you embrace and you support hip hop, it's almost like the rappers and artists are giving you a pass because it's a form of expressing themselves. Now, because the easy solution to this is you can just omit saying a word.
This is true, but that takes away from those that are devoted to saying, "No, I have the freedom to say it, and it's mine. Like I own it."
That's a good point. Where I thought you was going is that I think it takes away from the authenticity of being black as it stands right now, right? Because if it's I've seen it. I've been called an Oreo for refusing to say it. And so if they didn't know where I came from, they would just assume I was some middle class black dude who got wealthy, right? And people who grew up with me, they saw the change. They know where I came from, right? And so I think it's a part of like how you say it, right? Is a part of your blackness.
Yeah.
So,
like you say it with the ER.
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa. No, I get it.
And my closing thought is the solution to it is black folk, black community, you just stop saying it, right? And you stop saying it, so now when everybody say it, you can pop them in the mouth because you're being disrespectful because we're no longer referring to ourselves like that. And I think that's difficult to do.
Tremendously.
It's extremely difficult to do, but I think that is the best thing to do.
I'm going to have to say I agree with him today. As far as a whole, I believe we should all stop using it. If being used, it should be used within context. Context meaning a song. That's pretty much all you got. There's not many poets that use the N-word that often. Well, actually, I digress. I used to watch deaf poetry. So, yeah. And I know the circuit here in Tampa. So, yeah, they use the N-word a lot.
I was about to, the only time I've heard it, the only times I normally hear it in poetry is if they started stressing the negativity of it, and they maybe he or she tries to. It'll
be a piece specifically for this sit down, specifically for this conversation. As in, let's bring up the history and let's see what the future may look like. Honestly, I just don't want the wrong person getting hurt.
Correct.
For using it incorrectly, because if someone is learning the English language, is not used to the English language, and uses something out of context, hey yo, that whooping is gonna be great. That's all I'm saying.
Like I'm not upset that people are getting upset when hearing this word, right? Because maybe they've experienced it enough.
Okay.
Again, we're talking about realities and actualities. You, as a conscientious person, need to be able to distinguish who you're projecting that memory of that person that person who's inflicted harm upon you versus this man that doesn't even know you. So
carry on. I like it.
It's a touchy subject, and I think about it all the time.
Yeah, it's touchy, but it's simple too. It's really it's a simple thing too. Just like you said, it would be tremendously difficult to get it out of our culture, mainly because it's documented in writing, more so than writing, it's lyricized. So I understand that part of it. So therefore, like, would there have to be a the Black Coalition? We would have to all come together, have a sit down, and say, you know what? We may need to just kind of pump the brakes on that though. Main reason is not to limit ourselves, but to avoid anyone else getting hurt. That would be my point that I would present with it. Let's avoid other people getting harmed. So I'm just playing. Everybody, be careful what you say. Be careful how you say it. Be careful who you say it around. We are all responsible for our words. We're responsible for the people that are around us, in a way. Okay? We gotta start with love. It might help. Just a bit. Just a wee bit. Okay? Here at the Umpteenth View, we're always gonna be better than we were yesterday. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully this provokes some more conversation. Or incites some more conversation. Provokes, such a weird word. But anyway, to me. Even though... Okay, well then we'll go with it. Mr. Synonym over here. and we gonna reconvene. Please comment, share, comment. We want to hear what y'all got to say about it. Is the N-word worth getting rid of? Is the N word okay? Who's okay to say it? Who's okay not to say it? You know, how do you guys feel? All right, let us know. And this is the Umpteenth View.
Oh,